yourself a merry little
Remember when Christmas meant more than just clicking add to cart? In the 1950s, the holiday season was a magical family time filled with traditions that have slowly faded away. From flipping through the Sears Wish Book catalog to sparkling aluminum trees, cookie exchanges, and large family gatherings. Join me for a heartwarming journey back to the holiday seasons of our childhood. Magical Sears Wish Book. The arrival of the Sears Wish Book was a highlight of the Christmas season in the 1950s. As soon as it landed on doorsteps, children would eagerly dive into its pages, circling their favorite toys with hope and excitement. You were probably among them. Choosing what to wish for was no easy task. The catalog brimmed with tempting options, from dolls and electric phonographs to 3D viewers and practical gifts. Kids often find themselves torn between fun toys and items their parents might approve of. The Wish Book shaped how families approached gift giving. Parents would secretly check the circled items, using the catalog as a guide for their holiday shopping. It became an integral part of Christmas planning, influencing everything from gift choices to home decorations. Beyond toys, the catalog offered a glimpse into modern living. Families browsed appliances and home goods, imagining how these items could improve their daily lives. The Wish Book reflected the optimism of the post-war era, where new possessions symbolized progress and prosperity. In many ways, the Sears Wish Book became a cultural touchstone, setting expectations for the holiday season and capturing the spirit of 1950s America. It wasn't just about the products, it was about the dreams and aspirations of families across the nation. Did you have the Sears Wish Book, or did you have a different catalog? Shimmering aluminum Christmas trees. In 1958, the Addis Brush Company introduced a Christmas tree that would spark conversations across the nation. The aluminum Christmas tree, with its shimmering foil branches, brought a futuristic touch right into American living rooms. These metallic marvels stood proudly next to Danish modern furniture, reflecting the era's fascination with innovative design. While some families embraced the modern look, others felt it lacked the warmth of a traditional evergreen. This divide highlighted the broader cultural shifts of the 1950s, where new ideas often clashed with established traditions. What made these trees truly stand out was their eye-catching display. Many came with rotating color wheels that bathed the tree in ever-changing hues. This feature not only created a mesmerizing effect, but also eliminated the need for potentially hazardous Christmas lights. Such trees were a reflection of post-war prosperity and the American drive for progress. In living rooms across the country, these gleaming trees stood as symbols of optimism, mirroring a nation's belief in a promising future. The joy of Christmas parades. Christmas parades captured the heart of the holiday season in 1950s small towns. As December approached, excitement grew among families who eagerly awaited this festive event. Bundled up in warm coats, parents and children lined the streets, some perched on shoulders for a better view, The air buzzed with anticipation as the first sounds of the parade drifted down Main Street. Colorful floats, decorated by local businesses and community groups, showcased winter scenes and nativity displays.
The Santa Claus Parade draws a crowd of wide-eyed youngsters of all ages. As usual, the storybook balloon characters steal the show.
The sounds of marching bands and choirs filled the air with familiar carols. Inspired by the famous Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, giant balloons bobbed overhead, adding to the spectacle. In 1952, a parade in Sheboygan, Wisconsin featured an impressive array of over 40 inflatables. For many children, the parade's grand finale was the most anticipated moment. As Santa's float appeared, their eyes widened with wonder. This magical sight often solidified their Christmas wishes, leaving them dreaming of the gifts they hoped to find under the tree on Christmas morning. Television's Christmas takeover. Before the 1950s, children's Christmas wishes were largely shaped by what they saw in stores. But in 1952, a simple potato-shaped toy changed everything.
Oh, Hasbro makes toys. What's new, Hasbro?
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head with their own cars and trailers. That's what's new.
Mr. Potato Head, the first toy advertised on television, became an instant hit, earning over $4 million in its debut year. This success revealed the powerful influence of TV on children's desires. Marketers quickly caught on, creating memorable commercials aimed at young viewers. Play-Doh, originally a wallpaper cleaner, became a popular toy through clever TV ads showcasing its creative potential. More on such toys later on. The hula hoop craze of 1958 further demonstrated television's impact as kids nationwide clamored for the plastic rings they'd seen on screen. As a result, Christmas lists grew longer and more specific. Children now requested exact brands and models they'd spotted in commercials. TV ads became an integral part of the holiday season, with families eagerly anticipating special Christmas commercials. Television had not only changed how we shopped for gifts, but had also become a cherished part of the holiday experience itself. Dolls that captured hearts. Barbie, with her fashionable outfits and grown-up look, captured the imaginations of girls everywhere. She was different from the baby dolls that encouraged nurturing play, or the dolls that could walk, talk, and wet their diapers. These dolls reflected 1950s society in various ways. Many reinforced traditional ideas about femininity and motherhood, encouraging girls to practice being mommies. This mirrored the roles they saw adults play in their own homes. As Christmas approached, toy stores became battlegrounds. Different doll brands competed for space on shelves and in children's hearts. The dolls that ended up under the tree often shaped how girls played and even how they viewed their future selves. Barbie's career aspirations and other dolls' focus on caregiving left lasting impressions on a generation of children. But let's hear more about other toys. Must-have toys. Dolls weren't the only toys making a splash in the 1950s. Under many Christmas trees, a colorful array of new playthings was changing how kids had fun. Simple objects like putty and plastic hoops were about to become holiday favorites. On Christmas morning, children's eyes widened as they unwrapped boxes of Play-Doh. Kids could mold it into anything their imaginations dreamed up. The hula hoop sparked a nationwide craze in 1958, getting kids moving and grooving. Getting these popular toys often required effort from parents. Stores frequently ran out of stock as items flew off shelves. Some families had to visit multiple shops or rely on catalogs to find that perfect gift. Despite the challenges, prices were relatively affordable, with many toys costing less than $5. Other popular items included silly putty, matchbox cars, electric train sets, and board games like Monopoly and Scrabble. Each toy brought something unique to playtime, encouraging creativity, physical activity, or family bonding. As wrapping paper was cleared away, families often gathered to enjoy their new gifts together. Others were preparing for the traditional Christmas feast. While children played with their new toys, a different kind of magic was unfolding in the kitchen. Picture a 1950s housewife juggling pots and pans, racing against the clock. The aroma of roasting turkey and baking pies filled the air, creating an inviting atmosphere that marked the holiday celebration. At the center of the table, you'd likely find a golden brown turkey or a glazed ham. Mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce were common staples. Desserts often included homemade Christmas pudding or an assortment of cookies. Cooking in the 1950s emphasized convenience. Many recipes incorporated canned soups and prepackaged ingredients. These time-saving methods allowed families to spend more time together during the holidays. As families gathered around the table, the feast became a time for sharing stories, laughter, and creating memories. The traditional Christmas dinner reinforced the importance of family bonds, setting the stage for the extended family gatherings that often followed. What was your favorite Christmas dinner? Embracing extended family. The doorbell would ring incessantly as cousins, aunts, and uncles poured in for festive gatherings. Families had to get creative with seating arrangements in their modest 1950s homes, using every available surface from chairs to floor space. Feeding and entertaining a crowd of this size was a daunting task, but families tackled it with enthusiasm and ingenuity. These gatherings were deeply rooted in 1950s culture. Many families lived in close proximity, making it easier to come together. They'd spend hours engaged in simple activities that fostered connection, playing board games, crafting decorations, or watching special Christmas programs on TV. Children excitedly showed off new toys to their cousins, while adults caught up and shared homemade treats. These activities created a warm atmosphere of togetherness that's become increasingly rare in our modern world. As the day came to a close, the house might have been in disarray, but the memories created would last for years to come, strengthening family bonds in ways that shaped entire generations. Christmas Eve storytelling. As excited children nestled into their beds, parents would sit nearby with a well-worn book in hand. The most popular choice? The Night Before Christmas by Clement Clark Moore. This classic poem brought Santa's visit to life, making the magic feel real and immediate. Some families shared different tales. Local folklore captivated imaginations in certain regions, while others recounted the nativity story. Many parents and grandparents passed down their own Christmas memories, weaving a rich tapestry of family history. These bedtime stories served a dual purpose. They stoked excitement for Santa's arrival, while also helping children settle down for sleep. As the last words faded, kids drifted off with visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads, perfectly primed for the wonder of Christmas morning. The reverence of midnight mass. As the clock struck 11 on Christmas Eve in the 1950s, neighborhoods came alive with a curious energy. Warm lights flickered on in houses, and families emerged into the chilly night air, bundled in coats and scarves. Their destination? Midnight Mass a cherished tradition that marked the transition from festive preparations to the sacred celebration of Christ's birth. The late-night service held deep religious significance for many, allowing worshipers to welcome Christmas at its very first moment. As parishioners filed into pews, a solemn atmosphere settled over the church, providing a stark contrast to the earlier holiday festivities. The celebration often included Holy Communion, connecting participants to centuries of Christian tradition. Familiar carols filled the air, their melodies carrying themes of joy and reverence. Candles flickered, and the scent of incense wafted through the church, creating a powerful sensory experience. For many families in the 1950s, midnight mass was one of the few times each year when they attended church together, making it an especially meaningful event. Dressing up for the holidays. Back then, Christmas fashion was as important as the decorations themselves. Families embraced a polished look that reflected the era's values and holiday spirit. Women shimmered in sequined or lace-adorned dresses, while men cut sharp figures in wool suits or sport coats. Even children joined with boys in crisp dress shirts and girls twirling in frilly dresses. The color palette was unmistakably Christmas. Reds, greens, and golds dominated, creating a visual harmony with the holiday decor. Luxurious fabrics like velvet, silk, and taffeta added a touch of glamour to the celebrations. But it wasn't all formal wear. The 50s also introduced more casual holiday attire. Novelty Christmas sweaters, often featuring snowflakes or Santa motifs, allowed families to express their holiday spirit in a more relaxed way. One of the most charming trends to emerge was matching family pajamas for Christmas morning. This practice added an extra layer of unity to the holiday experience and created picture-perfect moments. Gathering around the radio and TV. The 1950s brought families together around radios and televisions for beloved Christmas programs. As holiday jingles filled the air, excitement buzzed through living rooms across America. Kids sprawled on the floor, eyes glued to the screen, while parents settled into their favorite chairs. Popular shows like The Goon Show and Christmas Night with the Stars became yearly traditions. The debut of Queen Elizabeth II's televised Christmas message in 1957 was a moment that united the nation, drawing viewers from all walks of life.
And so I wish you all, young and old, wherever you may be, all the fun and enjoyment and the peace of a very happy Christmas.
These programs did more than entertain. They reshaped holiday celebrations. Gathering to watch or listen became a cherished ritual, often including friends and neighbors. Shared laughter and touching moments fostered a sense of community that extended beyond the living room. As families bonded over these shows, they created lasting memories. The warmth of time spent together, united by the magic of Christmas on screen, became an essential part of the holiday spirit. Do you remember any favorite Christmas specials from your childhood? Share it with us in the comments below. Cookie exchanges allowed participants to taste a variety of homemade treats without the burden of baking them all. As the holidays approached, neighbors would prepare large batches of their favorite recipes. On Exchange Day, participants arrived with plates piled high, eager to swap and sample. The air was filled with excitement as everyone set out their creations. Classic cutout cookies decorated with bright icing and sprinkles were a staple, often made using the newly available red plastic cookie cutters. Other popular choices included gingerbread men and peanut butter blossoms. These gatherings were more than just a sweet indulgence. They provided an opportunity for neighbors to chat, share recipes, and embrace the holiday spirit. The tradition reflected the era's emphasis on homemade gifts and community connections. Jell-O salad craze. Alongside the Christmas turkey sits a tower of shimmering green gelatin. But look closer. Are those carrots suspended inside? And is that cottage cheese? Do you remember the era when Jell-O transformed from dessert to a culinary canvas for daring holiday hosts? In the 1950s, Jell-O salads became the centerpiece of every potluck and holiday gathering. Creating these wobbly wonders required skill and patience. Homemakers carefully layered ingredients, timing each addition to keep everything suspended just right. The most popular recipe? Lime Jell-O with cottage cheese and pineapple, a true classic of the era. Jell-O's marketing team seized the opportunity. They filled magazines with colorful recipe cards and ads, showcasing Jell-O as the perfect holiday centerpiece. These quirky dishes represented more than a passing fad. They symbolized the post-war fascination with convenience foods and modern living. As families gathered around tables topped with these colorful creations, they participated in a uniquely American tradition that blended innovation with celebration. As the Jell-O craze settled, families sought other ways to add personal touches to their holidays. Christmas shopping. Department stores became winter wonderlands, with elaborate window displays, festive decorations, and the aroma of cinnamon and pine, creating a magical atmosphere. Shoppers bustled through aisles filled with the latest gadgets and toys, their arms laden with colorful packages. Popular gifts included classics like Mr. Potato Head, Silly Putty, and Play-Doh. For adults, kitchen appliances and relaxation items were in high demand. The brick-and-mortar shopping experience became a cherished part of Christmas traditions. Families would make a day of it, enjoying the decorations and often meeting Santa Claus. These outings created lasting memories and shaped expectations surrounding Christmas gift-giving for generations. The excitement of stepping into a festively decorated store is hard to imagine in today's online shopping era. Yet for many, the sights, sounds, and smells of those department store visits remain vivid memories of Christmases past. All aboard the Christmas train set. Christmas train sets captured the hearts of 1950s families, representing America's love for progress and technology. Brands like Lionel and American Flyer offered sets that appealed to both children and collectors. These weren't simple loops around the Christmas tree. Many families created elaborate layouts with miniature buildings, bridges, and tunnels. Parents often spent hours on Christmas Eve assembling tracks and positioning scenery. The effort paid off when they saw their children's faces light up on Christmas morning. A friend of mine remembered how their father would set up the train around the tree, creating a festive atmosphere that brought the family together. As the little locomotive chugged along, it carried the dreams and imaginations of children across America. These miniature worlds allowed kids to step into a realm of wonder, where their creativity could run wild on tiny tracks. Preparing for Santa's arrival. As the Yule log crackled in the fireplace, a special warmth spread through the households. Children's faces lit up with excitement, not just from the fire's glow, but from the anticipation of an extraordinary visitor. Children hung their stockings by the fireplace, imagining the treasures that might appear by morning. Parents often helped ensure each stocking was perfectly placed. Welcoming Santa became an art form in many homes. Families left out snacks, with cookies and milk being the most popular choice. Some households got creative, leaving carrots for the reindeer or even a slice of pie. These small offerings showed appreciation for Santa's hard work. The preparations added an extra layer of magic to the holiday. Children tried to stay awake, listening for sleigh bells or reindeer hooves on the roof. What's your favorite Christmas memory? Share it with us in the comments.